A very good evening to you from Bishan Stadium. Plenty of noise, as you can probably hear, and that's how Lion City Sailors would want it in this second leg semi-final against Tampines Rovers in the Singapore Cup 2023. A lot riding on this one, and also the game happening at Jalan Besar Stadium at the same time, where Brunei DPMM are hosting Hougang United. So just looking at the scores at the moment, and it is 1-0 to Hougang in their game. It was a 6-goal thriller at our Tampines hub. And let's see what happens here in this second leg. So without further ado, we're going to hear from the coaches with their pre-match thoughts.
Hello, Uncle. Second leg of the semis here. Rested and ready to go?
Yes, I think we used these last 2 days to recover good, and we are ready.
And you weren't too pleased with the performance last time out and much higher stakes here tonight. How do you ensure that you leave with a more positive outcome?
I think that actually there's nothing changed. I mean, we still have to win. So that's the outcome of the last game when you play 3-3 and the away goal doesn't count. So it's very simple. We have to win, and we're going to do everything to do it.
A familiar pitch, your fans cheering you on. How much of a home ground advantage would you have tonight?
I hope massive, because we play at our home where we had really great statistics. I think we didn't lost in the last 4 months here. So, and it's a natural grass, also different from the last time. So yeah, that's all statistic, but we're going to see later.
Hi Gavin, your priority for the team was to rest and to recover. Managed to get that done?
Yeah, as much as we could. I think we managed the load, and we focused a lot on recovery, and we kept the messages simple to allow the brain to download them, and then here we are.
And quick turnaround from the last game. Has training been productive? What have you done to try to reduce these errors that you've seen on Sunday?
Yeah, again, the benefit of playing them in such a short time is we know where they're dangerous again, and we got exposed a few times, and again, having been through the experience, and we shouldn't allow the same mistake twice in that sense. So we are a little bit clearer of where they can hurt us, but at the same time we know where we can hurt them, and it's about getting the messages through in as simple manner as possible.
And all or nothing tonight. What's the game plan here to ensure that you leave victors?
Again, I think it comes back to brain state. I think today both sides will struggle a little bit because it's a short turnaround, like you said. So our ability to suppress all the negative stuff will be important so that we can stay as clear as we can to maintain our playing style for as long as possible.
And will we be expecting to see major changes in your starting lineup?
No, it's the same starting 11 that played the first leg. We're just going to change a little bit of the organization. So let's see how that turns out.
So we got the thoughts there of both Rankovic and Gavin Lee. Let's get the thoughts then of my fellow commentator here. We've got Hindra Kamis, of course, former coach with Ballister Khalsa. What do you think of this one coming into the second leg?
Well, I think it's going to be very interesting tactically with how both teams have been set up the whole season, and at the same time now playing against each other within a space of 2-3 days. you can't really change much, and you know that the whole season that's how you have been playing, that's how you wanted to play and try to attack your opponents and find their weaknesses. So I think it's more now about the ability to recover, to be sharper, and at the same time as well to go into the game with higher desire to get into Saturday's final.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot going on, especially for LCS. They were involved with AFC Champions League action, weren't they? Just a few days before that first leg semi-final, and Alexander Rankovic admitted that could have been a reason, but he still wasn't very happy with the performance. You could hear as well what he had to say. He's a man with very exacting standards.
Yeah, I think as well, he knows the expectations of the squad, the quality of the players that he has at his disposal, and he shouldn't, to me individually, he shouldn't be putting the fact that he had Champions League games to play and that being a factor in how they perform, because I think it's actually going to help them, because Tampines didn't have a lot of games at that level to just fine-tune things and make sure that they get sharper, and the preparation for LCS should be better, tuning up to this game and with the quality of the players they have.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, he was pretty annoyed or frustrated with the fact that they took the lead twice and couldn't hold on to it. It was a really exciting game. There's no doubt about it. Remember, there was an early goal from Joel Chu, and what a goal it was. We'll come back to that in a bit. Here are the officials. Fahad Mohammed in charge, Ronnie Koh and Olsen Fu will be assisting him. Clarence Liao is the fourth official. Mohammed Zulfikar Mustafa is VAR, and assisting him, Mohammed Shafiq Jufri. So looking at the starting 11 here then, and there are two changes for Lion City Sailors from the side that played in the first leg, and that is Chris Van Huysen comes in for Harith Kanadi, who was making his first ever start for LCS, though by his own admission he said he wasn't enjoying top match fitness. And the other one, which is interesting, of course, Adam Swandi, who made his first start for LCS since the last day of the league season, that was September 16th. He's replaced by Nathan Mao, the youngster, the teenager. Alexander Rankovic has been in charge for a few months now and has had enough time to stamp his authority on this side. Some would say he's done that from the day he walked in. For Tampines Rovers, they've gone with exactly the same 11 as last weekend, as you also heard there from Gavin Lee. Your thoughts on the changes from LCS?
Yeah, I think Harith Kanadi really struggled in the game, and you're going to put Chris on the left back position. You're going to play against his direct opponent Faris Ramli, more experience and more quality at that side, and of course we have to play the under-23 player in Nathan Mao. That's pretty much a position where you can't really compromise, and with the inavailability of other under-23 players, you just have to put him in and make sure the tactical changes covers the first 45 minutes of the game.
It was interesting because the way it's been played out, certainly from the LCS perspective, is, and I'll read you this, Harith acquitted himself well against Faris Ramli in his first ever Sailors start. And he himself, and he's hungry for more in the second leg. He's not starting today. And he said it was a sweet moment for him because he'd waited patiently for the opportunity for some time, and it came in a big game, a cup semi-final. He said, I was struggling a bit with match fitness, but playing with the likes of Bailey Wright, Haris Harun, Diego Lopez helped boost my confidence. So they were very encouraging and helped me throughout the game. But you felt he actually kind of struggled a little bit, and maybe that's why they've made that tweak today.
Yeah, I think physically his I mean, his frame is not like, you know, so he struggling there, and at the same time lacking in match fitness. He hasn't played for quite some time as well. So definitely that is a big factor, especially in a game where it's going to be end-to-end. He's playing against a good individual player in Faris Ramli as well.
Yeah, he hadn't started, I think, since he was still with Young Lions, so it's quite some time since he played football at that level. Zivkovic gets us going here for Lion City Sailors as they look to secure their place in the final and get some silverware. A side like this, really, I think many people would say no excuses for them.
Yeah, but you have to win something. For Lion City Sailors every season. It's difficult when you spend millions of dollars signing players and spending a lot of money as well on facilities and training in good well-built gym as well. So you have to produce on the pitch, you have to win, and at the same time a big responsibility to entertain.
Well, here come Tampines Rovers, a club that perhaps were in LCS's shoes a few years ago. You may recall they had the likes of Jermaine Pennant in their ranks, and didn't really show too much for that either.
Yeah, I think there was a time where they just tried to sell or to sign somebody who's a big name, but didn't really work and move forward with it.
There's one big name to another, Zivkovic! Put through by Diego Lopez, and it all looked a bit too easy. We had an early goal in the first leg, we have an early goal here in the second, but this time it's Lion City Sailors who open the scoring.
Well, fantastic play from Diego Lopez, and you look at the run from a quality player here, just opening his body up, waited for the ball to be played to the space in front of him, took that shot. Again, I felt that the goalkeeper, Shazwan, could have done better with that, but an early goal will settle a lot of nerves for the Lion City Sailors players.
Shairo Zivkovic opening his account here.
Well, he's had a pretty good season since he came in, midway through the season. Not really a big name signing as
like some of the others,
as what others signing has been, but he's been proving time and again that he can produce the goods and scores the goals for a top club like Lion City Sailors.
6 goals in 7 appearances in the league. 4 goals in 5 appearances now in the Singapore Cup, and 3 goals in 5 appearances in the AFC Champions League. That's a pretty good return, isn't it?
Yeah, and of course sometimes he does play on the left-hand side where, you know, he gets himself in a position where he interchanges with maybe Maxime Lestien or even Shaul Anwar.
A fantastic start here. For Lion City Sailors. Well, I guess the positive for Tampines Rovers here is that they know that, well, Lion City Sailors bounce back very quickly, and they know it's possible. They can do it too.
Well, they have 87 minutes more to go. Yeah, they know what to do. They have a plan. Of course, now things have changed because they just conceded a goal in the first minute, but I'm pretty sure they're going to stick to it. They're going to try to pound as much pressure as they can up front.
There's Kopitovic. Here's Glenn Quay, loves to get forward. That's not a bad ball, but maybe not falling to the right person in Faris Ramli.
I think ball out wide to Glenn, just trying to curl the ball in. I think Faris Ramli was a little too early in that run. And maybe he could have left it for Boris as well.
Zivkovic, here's Lopez. who's had another outstanding season, the Brazilian, the first $1 million man in Singapore football.
Well, it's going to be interesting for Lion City Sailors to see whether these two players, Maxime Lestienne and Diego Lopez, is still going to be in the club next year.
There was talk of Lestienne sticking around.
Yep.
I think there was some hint of it on the awards night or just after. But he's certainly such an asset to Singapore football, isn't he?
Exactly. I mean, not just to Lion City Sailors, but also the youth players, the younger players, to be able to watch him play week in, week out, to learn from what he does on the pitch.
Yeah, by far the best crosser of the ball that has probably graced Singapore pitches. Here is Zivkovic. He's saying he just shrugged off the attentions of Irfan Najib. Was there a shoulder barge? That's what he feels. What did I do wrong?
Well, let's look at the replay. I think it was a fair shoulder-to-shoulder charge. There wasn't any throwing of the elbow or anything illegal down.
Yeah, I couldn't see too much wrong with that, I have to say. And that was a point that he was making as well. Here's Irfan. Now Zlatkovic. Kyoga Nakamura is quite happy to go very, very deep. Doesn't get to Irfan there. It's a cheap way of giving the ball.
I think Lion City Sailors will be happy with the position of where they're going to start the build-up for Tampines Rovers. All 11 players are happy to be behind the ball, just shadowing across, not trying to give that space away for Tampines to penetrate and play the ball through.
Yamashita. Here's Lakovic. Does love to play that ball forward whenever he can. That was Anu there, almost colliding with Lionel Tan. There's Lestienne. We haven't seen much of him so far in his early minutes. Chris Van Huysen brought back into the side today. Up against his old club, Tampines Rovers. You're not going to miss Zulkarnain Suzliman with that hair colour. Popped forward by Hanis Harun. That's going to fall loosely. Diego Lopez, now Zivkovic. Can they take advantage again? He cuts inside. Oh my word. If I was him, I'd look down at the ground now and start patting it and blame the divot, because I can't imagine why that happened or how that happened.
Well, that clearance from the Japanese defender just allowed that second ball to be picked up by Diego Lopez. A really poor first touch, or poor clearance from him as well. I think he might be blaming the pitch, that last bobble before he took that shot.
It does look like it's taken a bit of a pounding, this pitch, hasn't it? And look, the weather has not helped in the last few days, particularly last few weeks actually. Boris Kabinovic will be the one to watch out for. A quick ball in from Lestienne. Return pass from Diego Lopez. This is a good-looking move. He's waiting for someone else to turn in. Oh, that's close. That should have been the second goal. Nathan Mao. What a great opportunity that would have been for him.
What a good run by Nathan Mao as well, just to be in a position. You know, he's pulling up on the left-hand side, cutting in, and Diego Lopez taking his place, timing his run really well, just not managing to side-foot it.
He's got to put that on target, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he had no one marking him as well. Irfan Najib was the nearest to him. But look at this between the two of them, Maxim Lestian and Diego Lopez. Even on the right side, Maxim managed to find Nathan. And it should have been 3 now. Yeah, it should have been 3.
They're rampant at the moment, aren't they? The Lion City Sailors. Tampines are getting caught out quite a bit. That's a cheap giveaway again. Joel Chu. Out across to Irfan.
I mean, you look at Lion City Sailors, their preparation games are the Champions League games.
Yes,
right?
fair.
Then they are playing against big teams where they're going to sit and play on the transition most of the time. And it's working well in this game so far.
Yeah, losing out to Bangkok United last week.
Yeah. I think the way they have been playing is similar. They are defending in I wouldn't say a low block, but a low to mid block. And every time they get the ball, they are really fast in transition.
Yeah. Transitions have been quick. There's Faris. Again, he's been pretty quiet so far as well. Cuts inside. Runs into Anu. Here's Chris Van Huysen, now Anu. Bailey Wright, who is back in action. And I'm sure he's buzzing as well to be doing that. Bailey Wright was an opportunity for him to, in that game against Bangkok United, to hit the reset button. Made his return from injury, coming on as a late substitute there. Played out the last 11 minutes. Here's Kapitovic. He could have pulled the trigger earlier, maybe. Doesn't get the connection he wants. And it will be, I think the referee said it will be a corner. Could he have pulled the trigger earlier?
Well, let's look at the replay. Yeah, you look at Boris. He was holding on to Lionel's jersey for a long time. And that was what Lionel was complaining to the referee as well. He managed to turn, just waited for the opportunity to pull the trigger. Joel Chu with the corner kick.
That wasn't the cleanest of headers for Yamashita. Glenn Quay. Shah's done well to keep it in. Nice Saifullah. He's lofted that well over Yamashita.
Well,
better
good.
though from Tampines.
Yeah, so much better now, especially in the attacking third. Look at his replay here. Boris was asking for it and he decided to just chip it to the far post, just overhitting it.
Well, ball over the top to Zivkovic. Another great chance. Shazwan Buhari saves the blushes for Tampines Rovers. I think earlier you said it should be 3 or 4. Could be another one here.
Yeah, it could be another one here. But I think Shazwan did his job really well. Just waited for that kick or that shot to be made before reacting to it.
Great ball from Anu. He should have kept this lower for you, right? But the angle wasn't helping him.
Yeah, I think he was trying to just blast it towards the goal rather than just placing it forward.
Well, they've had some really good chances, haven't they? Really high quality opportunities here, and we still don't have a second goal. Oh, it's a free header.
Wow.
Haris Harun, no one around him.
Now, every time LCS get a corner kick, they have a huge chance, both in terms of physicality as well as the quality of headers on the ball.
Well, that's disappointing.
I think the Tampines backline have to learn from the ball over the top, and it happened in the first leg many times, and it's happening now as well.
Here's Zivkovic, does like to drift. Now Lopez. Harris. Zulkainen joining the attack. That's really fluid, isn't it, at the moment? Lots of movement, quick passes. They're looking very dangerous, Lion City Sailors.
I think we have two very good teams, both in a technical aspect and also with the entertainment value that it brings to the fans.
Zulkainen still searching forward, slips the ball to Lopez. Falls to Zulkainen. It should be a corner.
It's too easy for LCS.
I was just about to ask you this.
It's too easy for Lion City Sailors to just they're being given too much space to go forward. There's no pressure on the player on the ball, and very passive defending from Tampines Rovers.
It actually almost feels like a matter of time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Till we get the second. Now we saw the last corner. They probably should have scored, not this time. Still alive though. Is that a foul on Faris? Referee says nothing. Oh, Maxime Lestienne. He feels there was a deflection. It's going to be a goal kick.
It's difficult to see from where the referee was to see whether there is a deflection or not from that shot. You get the idea of what Maxim wanted to do. He just wanted to bend it over to the far post.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think there's some pretty urgent shifting around here by Gavin Lee, or at least trying to tweak things, because he's got problems, and so does Shazwan. Is it a contact lens issue, perhaps? Or
maybe. I think if you look at the part where he's at, there's a lot of sand, so that might
could have
be
flown in his eye.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're seeing that, are you thinking as an opposition player, let's try and hit shots that just land in front of there? Are you looking at that kind of thing or not?
I wouldn't think so as much as possible. If it was a dead ball situation from a free kick, that would be ideal. But if you're playing when the game is going on, you're not going to look at where the
Testing
stand
him
is.
out like that. Okay.
I think Tampines now have to just be more aggressive and not allow LCS to be having that much space to run into.
Is passive the right word to describe them right now?
Too much, yeah. And then at the same time as well, they have to be really careful with the ball over their defense. I think two chances Zivkovic had that opportunity to I mean, he scored one, and the other one he had the opportunity to extend the lead.
Yeah, he certainly had a very good chance. He had another one where he skied it.
Yeah.
Here's Irfan. Now Nakamura. Given away. This is where they can be very dangerous. Here's Lestienne. Cuts inside again. You know what he's going to try and do? A bit too close to the goalkeeper. Said he's very happy and settled here in Singapore, in answer to your question about whether he sticks around or not.
Yeah. I think look at here, 1v1 situation, waited for that run from Zivkovic to try to bring that space for him to run into as well, to his left foot. A good save from Shazwan Buhari.
Well, it just keeps falling back to LCS, doesn't it? They keep getting the ball.
Yeah, I think their position for that second ball is so much better with that screening player from Haris Harun and also Anu. They're always there to try to pick that second ball up.
Here's Diego Lopez. Cleared away. It's kind of anywhere will do right now for Tampines.
Tampines in huge trouble now. They don't look like they have settled down at all in the first 20 minutes.
What do you think this is about right now? Why are they looking so unsettled for you?
I think experience as well. You know, I think this is a big game. A lot of pressure on the teams, on the players.
That's really nicely done by Nathan Mao to Zivkovic. Lofts that in. That is above Lestienne. He's saying that should be a corner. And it will be.
And these little things don't help as well for Tampines Rovers. Like, you don't want to concede a corner like back to back. And
is that a handball for you, by the way?
It's difficult to say because his arm is right where his abdomen is.
There was a quick check, and that's another one.
Ooh, wow.
Wow. I mean, there were a lot of bodies in front of him.
Yeah. I think it was well worked as well. You can see the space being vacated by the runs of the Alliance City players. Again, he should have done better with that shot.
I mean, that's coming across you. That's a bit harder than the other one, but still. Irfan up to Boris Kapitovic. He's given that away. Kyoga Nakamura. Saifullah. Nicely done by Lestienne. One back by Saifullah. Here's Faris. That's great defending from Chris Van Huysen.
A lot of Tampines' moves will end up with Faris Ramli having a go in individual action behavior with Chris Van Huysen, and I think it's getting a bit predictable for Tampines Rovers as well.
Forward by LCS, they're looking for an outlet. Yamashita is on the ground.
I think ball was up for a challenge.
Ooh, was that an elbow there from Zivkovic?
Farhad was in prime position to make that call.
Irfan. Well, that's given away. Now Lestien. That was a cynical challenge, and it wasn't from Zlatkovic.
Well, it's going to be a long night for him now, to be really careful with how he is. I'm pretty sure he would be unhappy with Shoya with that pass.
Well, just look at the top left-hand corner of your screen, and Lion City Sailors lead 4-3 on aggregate. And really, at the moment, Tampines have not troubled this one in goal.
Very blunt forward line so far by Tampines Rovers. Ooh,
now,
really late tackle there.
This will be punished. Shahiran. Maxime Lestien is not happy with this. Some cynical challenges at the moment. Is this frustration?
Well, it could be. Yeah, they've been always second to the ball, always a second too late. Well, this could also be a situation where, you know, you just get that fire out in you, and then maybe you can affect your other teammates as well. It's good for both sides. It's good for the game.
Here is the kids asking the questions about the fouling.
It's good to have those kids around watching a high-quality game.
Well, he can't be pleased with what he's seen so far. The only silver lining, I'm sure, Hidir, is that the fact it's only 1-0.
Yeah. Definitely could have been 4. Could have easily been 2.
At least 2, right? But maybe 4, you're right.
Well, look at this from Maxime Lestien. Is it too simple, right? Like the defending behavior from Glenn is nowhere to be seen.
Here's Lakovic, now to Yamashita. Joel Chu. Nakamura a bit further up the pitch at the moment. Wonder if that's a tweak that they're looking at. Here's Yamashita. Given away by Irfan. And he's not managed to keep that in, Van Huysen. Glencoe forced back. Oh, there's a pocket of space here. Good run from Diego Lopez. He looks up and it's a great delivery. It doesn't make it to Zivkovic. But they just seem to switch off at the throw-in.
At the moment the ball went out, the Tampines players were slow to get back into position.
Yellow card for Zulkainen. It's been a bit niggly in the last 5-10 minutes.
It was a push, definitely was a push by Zulkarnain. And look here, from the throw-in, a quick throw-in by Maxim Lestienne to Diego Lopez. He just wanted to play that ball behind for the on-rushing Zivkovic.
Again, you use the phrase too easy.
It's too easy. It's too easy.
Everything has been like that, right?
The last 30 minutes for Tampines Rovers, that defending behavior is really poor individually and collectively as well. Oh, so the yellow card is...
Hold on, has he just rescinded that?
Yeah, I think so. Well, for me as well, it was too soft to be given a yellow card.
You did feel it was a push, but
yeah,
interesting that that has happened. You don't see that too often. Now, VAR can't get involved, by the way, just to be clear.
Yeah.
VAR does not get involved in rescinding yellow cards, if anyone is wondering. But he has rescinded that yellow card. So no yellow card for Zulkarnain. No foul by Van Huysen. Saifullah. Kyoga Nakamura. Faris. Yeah, you think back to how well they played in the first leg and also against Albirex in a must-win game, and they approached it really well against Albirex. They just seem a bit of a shadow of themselves at the moment. It's been a long, drawn-out season as well.
Yeah.
I wonder whether it's catching up with them.
Well, Gavin has always been really good at planning the season, but he knows when to give those days break to his players. Sometimes he does give his players a longer break for them to mentally recover as well.
They had a disappointing AFC Cup campaign. It didn't last very long, to be honest, and that's something I'm sure they want to put right. Continental success has been...
I think Tampines as a squad, they need to invest in players who has a bit more experience just to break that barrier now. I think they have always been a top 3 club in Singapore Premier League for a number of seasons, and trying to get into the AFC competitions. But at this point, they need to be better in terms of their quality of signings, just to try to break into the top 2 now.
Yeah, I mean, they're well known, aren't they, local football, for the youngsters that they bring through.
Yeah.
And you're saying a bit more experience might be helpful.
Well, it depends on what the direction of the club is. If they are happy with the number of players that they are producing, they have like Joel, they have Shah Shairan, they have Glenn Quay now, and they have Saifullah as well. And sometimes you need more seasoned seasoned players,
especially if you're involved in Continental.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to manage your expectations.
Yeah. And things are going to get tougher for the likes of Tampines and all, because Albirex will be a local club next year. So if Albirex can continue to play the way they do, that's obviously something everyone's going to be watching out for. They're going to be there or thereabouts up at the top. And you know, clubs have benefited from the fact that Albirex haven't qualified as a local club, and therefore an extra place further down the table goes towards continental competition. That's not going to be the case anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's difficult for Albirex to maintain the same quality, because you just the moment you include more local players into your team, it's going to be affecting your quality of the squad as well. And because they are making that transition, it's going to take some time.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Zivkovic, it's been a little better for them in the sense that there haven't been so many chances from LCS in the last maybe 10-15 minutes, but still about 10 minutes left to go in this first half. Here is Chris van Huysen.
Yeah, I do agree with you. It's been a decent 10 minutes for Tampines Rovers. Both teams now neutralizing each other in the middle of the park.
Lestienne. Decent ball in, and it has to be headed out by Zlatkovic.
Another corner given away again by Tampines Rovers. A good cross to the far post. Diego Lopez just lurking around.
Now, he's clutching the small of his back here, Zlatkovic. Is that a knee into his back, I think, perhaps from Lopez?
Yeah, I think that's what Lopez was trying to tell the referee as well. There wasn't any intent. Straight away he turned and gave the finger.
Shazwan gets enough on it. Lestienne. Now Nathan Mao. Touch on from Lestienne. Oh, sorry, Bailey right to Lestienne, I should say. It'll be another corner. Far too many of these, haven't there?
Too much, and it's always on the same side where Lestienne is going to take it. And you know what kind of quality he's going to bring to the corner kicks.
Who's going to pull the trigger here? Another corner. It's one after the other.
Good run here from Zulkarnain, just piercing through Tampines defense. Anu Manthan just waiting for the ball to drop at the right time for him to pull the trigger. Here, look at it again, just too easy again for Zulkarnain. Big shout for a corner kick, which Fahad decided against it. Nice ball across.
Yep.
Lestienne not really happy with himself here.
Saw a little bit of space there. Anu. Lestienne. Oh, clever. Maybe a bit too much on it.
Just trying to win a corner kick from that again.
Well, they're not able to clear their lines, really, Tampines Rovers.
Well, I think Tampines Rovers would be happy to just try to finish the half as soon as possible and try to regroup again, find their momentum, which they haven't really had in the first half at all.
Yeah, it's been a tough 39 minutes or so for the visitors. Here is Lopez, just trying to pick up the pace here. Oh, that's a great looking, I was about to say goal.
Oh,
How
wow.
did he miss that?
Oh, the quality of these three players. Look at that, the amount of touches that they got between the three of them. 3 touches here, 1 touch, another touch here again, 1 touch to set up, second touch to take that shot. It's that timing of movement that brings all those players together.
Well, that
goal of the cup, maybe.
Yeah, it would have been had it gone in, and yeah, deserved to be a goal. We've lost track of how many corners there are. We can tell you there's been 10 shots.
Yeah.
4 on target, only 1 goal though, so far. Zivkovic. Zlakovic heads away. Well, Shazwan hurt himself now. He clattered into the post, nothing from Bailey Wright.
Bailey had every right to go for that ball as well. Well, this is a good breather for Tampines Rovers.
That's
and
true.
They needed this.
He just, I think he just, little collision there with coming together with Bailey Wright.
Yeah.
Nothing else to it, right? Not much in it.
Well, they needed this to break the rhythm of LCS as well.
Yeah, agreed. We are getting word.
Well, thumbs up from the sports trainer to the bench.
Yep. There's also good news for Hougang, we understand, in the other semi-final. We will just wait for confirmation. There we go. Georgi Maksimovic, who's enjoyed his time with Hougang. He scores just before half-time, and it's now 2-0 on aggregate in that one. Here's Van Huysen. Harris, he's done well. We'll be told 2 minutes at a time here.
Well, Zlatkovic has been holding on to his back ever since the
That
incident
knee,
with
yeah. Van Huysen's not looking too good here. Could be a moment of concern here for LCS. Of course, we talked about Harith Kanadi, who would be the like-for-like replacement.
Well, they do still have Hafiz Noor
could come in. Yeah.
come in. With Zulkarnain can go to the opposite side. Yeah.
The Huff is much more comfortable on the right-hand side. We might just add on to those 2 minutes now. Saifullah. Two minutes for now, and we'll see if that gets added on to. Forward by Kyoga Nakamura. Here's Harris. Now Maxime Lestienne, one last chance perhaps. And if they can go in 2-0, that would really change the complexion of this game. Now Nathan Mao, he's gone for goal! Straight at the keeper. And that might be his last contribution to the game if they decide to, as we probably think would make the change at half-time, Nathan Mao off.
Yeah, but I think he's done really well defensively and offensively so far, trying to balance things out with the 3 players and the attack.
So you feel like they might keep him on?
He might keep him for another 10-15 minutes.
I just wonder whether they put a bit more firepower in just in case. Saifullah. They can still bring on someone like a Shawal, even a Hafiz if they wanted to. Haikal Pasha. Just behind Zivkovic. There's a foul though. He looks like he's struggling a little bit. The referee's decided to go with the 2 minutes of added time. And it's been almost complete domination by Lion City Sailors so far.
Yeah, I think tactically they've gotten it spot on. Defensively, they are pretty smart. They have prevented all balls to be played to Boris. And I think we didn't see anything in the first half. And every ball that is being played over them has been picked up by the defense and also Haris Harun and Anu. And I think the lead has been well deserved. They could have gotten so much more, at least 3 or 4 goals. Tampines would be happy with this scoreline, trying to regroup and get out in the second half with a better performance.
Thank you very much, Hideo Kamis there at halftime here in the Singapore Cup second leg semi-final. Lion City Sailors lead Tampines Rovers by a 1-0, 4-3 on aggregate. We'll be back with highlights. Bishan Stadium, it's half-time here in the Singapore Cup match between Lion City Sailors and Tampines Rovers. Only one goal separating the two sides at the moment. And we're going to look back at the highlights, starting with that very goal. And it was a fine run, wasn't it?
Well, again, it's a big ball over the defense. Over here, Diego Lopez running through the heart of the defense, playing the ball sweetly for Zivkovic to try and get a reaction from Shazwan, but managed to squeeze through under him and get that aggregate score in favor of Lion City Sailors.
You feel that Shazwan could have done better with this?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that was inside the second minute, and that set the tone, didn't it, for the rest of the half?
There were a lot of chances where I think LCS had, I think 3 or 4 chances where they could definitely extend their lead. Here it fell to Nathan Mao, who could have done so much better with his finish. But again, credit to these 3 players. They were playing and making it really easy for Nathan just to sweep it into the net.
Yeah, the chances were coming thick and fast. Now, this is one where he was, I wouldn't quite say one-on-one, but he's got to do better with the shot.
It's tough as well. I think, of course, you know, he could have put it at the bottom left or the bottom right of Shazwan.
Yeah.
But I think you have to give credit to Shazwan now for making that save. Oh, that corner kick from Maxim. There was so many corner kicks in the first half. Haris Harun was free with no one really marking him. Shashayan was really ducking away from that delivery.
Then Lestienne again, as he has been throughout, a threat. He took a shot too close to Shazwan, this one.
Yeah. Shazwan got down super fast and managed to parry it away from a corner kick.
Do you quite like him coming in, like being inverted, or do you prefer him on the left-hand side?
Well, it depends on who they have in the box. I think with Zivkovic, he's not much of a target player. Right? But he can be that player, but he prefers to be drifting around and making a combination play. Like, look at how these 3 players are combining now.
You felt this would have been potential goal of the tournament.
Yeah, team goal of the tournament. Yeah. Look at these 3 players combining. I think this is the type of goals where, or the type of players where Zivkovic could be really, really good with, where they know when to pass, when to play to the space, when to hold that run. You look at this combination, he just had to end up with the goal, but unfortunately it didn't.
Now, if you're a Tampines fan, you might want to look away because it is so one-sided. I mean, even those 3 shots, I don't think you can really even recall what they are. I mean, there was one, I think, where Kupitovic was held offline all time. That was about it. But really, they have not done anything going forward. Yeah,
I think in terms of quality of play, Lion City Sailors have dominated, not in terms of possessions, but the quality of everything else.
We're going to cross over to Jalan Besar Stadium. This is the only goal so far in the other semi-final, and that's going to be given very kindly to Maximovic. That came off Hendra Azam, a big deflection off him to take it past the keeper.
Oh, wow. They're a big chance now for Hang to seal their place in the final.
Another final, 2 in a row. Well, we will see what happens. For now, it is still half-time here at Bishan Stadium. We'll return with the second half of this second leg semi-final. Lion City Sailors leading 1-0 against Tampines Rovers. Second half about to begin. Lion City Sailors a goal up here against Tampines Rovers. 4-3 on aggregate. They want to make this safe, Kadir. They've got to make these chances count.
Yeah, I think in the second half they need to be more clinical. They need to understand that Tampines can get back into the game at any point of time. And for Tampines as well, they need to double their effort. They have to double their quality. They have to double their performance to even get anything out of the game, because so far in the first half they haven't really troubled Izwan at any point in time, and they need to pick up something since the start of the second half to even try to have their place in the final. And I'm sure Gavin must have said something in the dressing room, and let's see the response from the Stags.
You said Nathan Mao played well in the first half and merited at least a few more minutes on the pitch, and that's what seems to have happened.
Yeah.
But that's going to be very encouraging as well for him, because the standard easy thing to do would have been yanked him off at half-time.
I think he knows that if he performs well in the first half, there's no reason, and the team is doing well, there's no reason for anyone to take him off. And he should, I would think that he should be on the field for the next 10 to 15 minutes. And, you still have a lot of other players to be called upon.
And at the moment, there's no panic stations yet. I mean, the only thing that they have failed to do is put the ball in the back of the goal. It's not for lack of trying at the moment.
They are creating chances. They are transitions of a high quality. It's fast. It's very direct, very incisive. It's just that final last touch that's needed.
So, okay, no changes for LCS. You're not surprised. What about for Tampines Rovers? They've not made any changes either. Are you surprised by that, or
no?
Pretty much okay. Well, more. It's about an attitude now. It's about an approach now.
Yeah,
right?
I think right now what must have been said in the dressing room must be questioning their desire now to be in the final, and I think none of them really showed that quality in them in the first half, and now it's about getting that reaction from those 11 players who played in the first half. And if you don't get anything out of it, but if you look at the bench of Tampines Rovers, you do not have enough experience or quality players in attack to change things as well. So it's difficult for Gavin, and you just need these 11 players now in the second half to come out with a different energy, different desire, different determination, and different quality.
Yeah, you look at the bench, and there's a lot of youngsters on there. 4 of them under 23. 2 or 3 of them are teenagers.
Yeah.
So it's not easy.
Yeah, you don't have Iyasi Hanafi, you don't have Taufik Suparno. You have Fidel Kasman, but he's
more
not
of a holding player.
Yeah, he's not a holding player. But you can't push up Kyoga to be in a higher position.
Yes, true, true. Well, that might be something they have to. Reza Reski, of course, also can play further up the pitch. Here's Yamashita. Now Saifullah. Here's Kapitovic. Not a great ball, cleared away by Zulkarnain. Now, you would imagine if there was something said at half-time, then you'd see kind of an immediate bounce from Tampines.
Yeah, definitely. I think now, they are moving the ball a little bit faster. It's still too early. It's 1 minute into the game. But again, this is what Lion City Sailors want. They are inviting Tampines to come into their half, waiting for the right time to press. Physically, they're stronger. And look, it's what's happening now. They're going to go in a transition again. And it falls into maybe the game plan for LCS as well.
So Zulkarnain, he goes down. Referee waves him off. Tells him to get up. I'm sure that will be looked at anyway.
Ooh. squeezing the ball through.
I always wonder why player, and I know it's easy for me saying this in an aircon room in a commentary position. Why would you even want to put hands on anyone? These
Sometimes
days?
it's just to get them off balance, but sometimes.
But you're risking it, aren't you? You're making VAR have it make a decision, aren't you? No penalty is the call. There's always a risk.
Yeah, there's a big risk there. But sometimes, you know, you're trying to put your arms over just to block that run, stop that momentum. Sometimes the pressure is a little bit too much.
Instinctive.
Yeah.
There is Maxime Lestiel, who almost gave the ball away. Harris. Diego Lopez. He has Lakovic with his arms all over him.
I think his right arm was pulling the neck of Diego Lopez.
Now Faris, didn't see much of him in the first half, didn't see much of any of those attackers really for Tampines Rovers. Let's see what they can do in the second half. Lestiel scrambling to get there, he doesn't.
Maxime Lestiel trying that situation again where he cuts with his left foot or into his left foot.
First opportunity in the second half. To Nakamura. There's Kapitovic. Harris Hiron intercepts. They've given away possession a lot today. Oh, it comes off the back of Zivkovic's foot. Or his leg. That's a yellow card for Anu. The foul on Saifullah.
Anu just catching the heel of Saifullah.
Saifullah is up. Here's Shah. Flick on there by Nakamura has given the ball away, and now danger for Tampines Rovers. Out wide to Zivkovic. He's going to take a shot, it goes across the goal. And he skews it wide.
Well, second chance now for Lion City Sailors after that transition. Nakamura really poor with that pass. 1v1 situation here. You know what he wanted to do, just to play it to the far post. It's very far wide. Yeah,
that change that we talked about earlier is actually going to be made now. Nathan Mao is coming off for Shawal Anwar.
Well,
had a good game, as you said.
Yep, but that's a weird one for me. Like the timing of the substitution.
6 minutes in.
Yeah.
You might as well have just done it at half time.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe Shawal wasn't ready.
Well, you've added some real firepower here. Shawal Anwar, what a year he's had.
Well, with the careless balls or careless passes that Tampines have had in the last 6 minutes, if Shawal gets on his bike for the transition, is going to be really, really exciting now for Lion City Sailors.
So it looks like he'll be sort of the man in the middle, and maybe Zivkovic goes out to the left.
Yeah.
What do you feel of that?
I think his timing of his run, his speed that he provides up front is key, especially when you're on a transition and you want to play that direct ball. He's always looking around, trying to play behind the defense, making that run behind the defense, and it's very important. And that's how he got his goal in the first leg as well.
Still a long way to go in this match, at least 40 odd minutes. A lot can happen. Here's Lopez. Oh, he's almost sent it to a chance. Hits the base of the post. It's going to be a goal kick, though.
Again, it's too easy. 2v1 here. We're just playing the ball in between the two Tampines players. He had nowhere else to go. I think he was just trying his luck. Just playing the ball through.
He did well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Here's Zulkarnain. Now Lestienne. Gets the ball in. Shawal can't get there. Is this pretty much the same pattern as the first half for you, or not?
Well, it's I mean, in terms of chances, of course, it's not the same. It's lacking in chances in the first 7 minutes here. Ooh, a barge off the ball from Glenn Quay.
Lestienne goes down. Referee says no penalty. But they're dominating again in the possession, aren't they? And it's all inside this half. Again, failing to clear their lines. Tampines Rovers. Bailey Wright is now joining in on the action.
I think the two key players for LCS is Anu and Haris Harun. There's no opportunity for Tampines Rovers to play the ball forward. Every time he's there to pick up the loose balls, or he's there to pick up the second balls, or he's double teaming with one of the defenders against Boris.
Talking about it, that's a lovely ball up to Lestienne. Return ball, he should score again! Oh, that's a fantastic save by Sazwan. How on earth have they not got a second?
Well, let's not hope that it's not going to bite them at the end of by the end of the game. Get that wall pass being played within these two players. Somehow they just find those tiny gaps.
Amazing. Well, those are arguably the two best players in Singapore football. But let's give credit to Shazwan as well. What a save.
What a save. Good reaction save from Shazwan Buhari. I think he has made amends with his the good goals.
A couple of very good saves, and he's kept them in this. Here's Zivkovic. Still going. Zivkovic bearing down a goal. He's going to square it. Oh, another one from Lestienne. It's a charmed life, the Tampines goal.
Well, what does Maxim have to do to score that goal? Again, this ball passes between two players, waiting for that committed player is to play that cut back across. Well, he's on his left foot, Maxim Lestienne. There's no way, there's no excuse for him to say, oh, it's my right foot now. Yeah, it's on his favorite foot, Oh.
Up the other end, here's Faris. With only the second shot on target, I think, for Tampines Rovers. Wow, that's... I'm still getting over these chances that they're presenting. I don't think I've seen so many good opportunities not taken, especially by a team of the quality of LCS.
And you expect those kind of opportunities or chances to be converted easily by the players that they have.
Well, if they're going to make any kind of move here, you would think set pieces might be the way. Well, first of all, you need a better delivery than that.
Well, the ball went out before we went back in again. If you look by logic, size for size, height for height, it's difficult to score against Lion City Sailors, but you never know. And with the game or the luck that we've had.
Yeah, it could be one of those nights. You never know, as you said. A great ball from Lestienne up to Lopez. Slakovic does just enough. Slide balling. Here's Shawal. He's got options here, maybe too many. Zivkovic, he's gone for goal this time. He doesn't miss. And that was harder than some of the other chances we had. Good finish, though.
Yeah, good finish. Just waited for that timing to drop that shoulder to go back to his right foot. It's a long time coming. I think Lion City Sailors totally dominated in the second half as well. A lot of chances here, just waiting again. Nothing Shazwan could do about that shot. Thoroughly deserves.
Yeah, found that corner. And it's 2-0 on the night, 5-3 on aggregate. It's looking good for the Sailors now.
Yeah, they're looking more comfortable. They've gotten the goal that they need just to make them a bit more comfortable.
I wonder if we get another goal fairly soon for LCS, when do they start thinking about the final on Sunday?
Yep.
On Saturday, excuse me.
Well, it's only like 3 days away.
Right, and then you start thinking, well, we should withdraw.
Yeah. Well, they must score another goal at least. Yeah, before they start thinking about that. But it's a possibility, and I'm sure the bench are urging them to go forward to try to secure that
as fast as
possible before making those changes.
Because that's got to be in the thinking somewhere, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I also think that that's the difference between a team that has a lot of good facilities, a lot of good recovery protocol that they can use.
True.
You look at Tampines, they have been sluggish. I don't think they have had like proper recovery or 100% recovery or close to 100% recovery. You look at the decisions that they have made on the ball, off the ball as well. It's quite slow. They're not making that runs that they usually make during the games that they always play.
No one there to meet the header of Kapitovic. Again, Lestienne, but he's just overrun that.
I think to top it off, Tampines don't look like they have the fight in them in the second leg.
Yeah, it just seems to have that desire is kind of lacking.
Ooh, good cross from Faris Ramli. Bailey doing the right thing by just nudging Boris off balance. Faris Ramli here again, just whipping the ball across the face of the goal, hoping that Boris would get to the end of it. Leicester Sailors now looking fairly relaxed, stroking the ball around to Chris Van Huysen now.
Shawal doesn't quite get to Lestienne.
Ball back here to Irfan Najib. Again, Tampines is trying to find the right time to go forward. Saiful are playing the ball for Lionel to kick it out for a throw in.
Here's Saifullah.
There's no movement up front for Tampines.
You find it too static?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they can stroke the ball around, but they need to be a time where somebody's moving to change that pace, that direction, that speed of attack.
Still about half an hour or so in this game. More than enough time, perhaps, to score a couple of goals, Tampines Rovers, but they just don't look like doing it. Irfan Najib there will be booked for the challenge on Zivkovic.
Well, no complaints.
Sorry, yeah, Zivkovic, sorry.
Zivkovic, yeah.
So
No complaints from Irfan Najib. Just walking away and accepting the caution. I think it was more of a wild lunge or wild tackle. It's trying to clip both legs of Zivkovic. Oh, I was actually expecting more the same of the first leg.
Right,
Yeah.
I think we all were. That's what we all wanted to see. That was such a great game, so entertaining. And unfortunately, it's been very one-sided. Here's Harris. Mind you, oh, lovely ball. Lopez! And he rifles out to the roof of the net. These are harder chances than the ones that they've missed earlier. It's incredible. Well,
they're gonna take it wherever way it comes.
True. And now you would feel this tie is probably over. And maybe, I think Rankovic may be just looking at his bench there and signalling. But again, they just walk through.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's been really comfortable for Lansdowne Sailors the whole game. One pass, second touch, third touch, another pass through, and they're already inside the penalty box.
Another assist for Lestienne.
Fantastic finish from Diego Lopez. He's looking over his shoulder to see whether he was offside.
Well, we'll be happy. The fans will be happy.
Yeah, I think Lions City Sailors has been fantastic in terms of energy expansion. I think throughout the whole game, they have been using their energy very efficiently, and now they are really comfortable at 3-0 up. They should be thinking about the next game, the final now, trying to slow down the game even more.
Right.
To
Conserve.
Yeah, to conserve, and I mean, you can't really blame them. They have 3 games in a week, so it's just tough.
Could be another one here. Just a bit too much on there from Lestienne. I was about to say before they scored that goal that their record here is incredible this season. 13 games played, 11 wins, 1 draw, and just a solitary loss.
Well, it is their home ground.
Yeah, that's a very, very good record. That's in all competitions. And they're looking excellent now. And, well, will we see those changes? Yep, we are about to have our first change. It's not one perhaps that...
second change, I think.
Second change, sorry, second change. It's not one that perhaps you'd think would have happened necessarily, but one for either side, in fact. Going to put that out of play as Zlatkovic is going off. No, he wasn't the man that was going to go off for Tampines Rovers, but he might well be now. Who knows?
I think it's his back.
Still not. Yeah. I think he's had enough in more ways than one. He's had injury issues this season, hasn't he, Zlatkovic?
Yeah, I think he coincided with the time where Tampines Rovers lost a good run of form. They didn't win for a few games.
Right.
Yeah. So it goes to show how important Zlatkovic is to the team. It looks like he's going off as well.
Well,
Yep.
Joel Chu was actually going to go off. Said Firdaus is replacing Zlatkovic. Reza Reski is also on for Joel Chu.
And Chris Van Huysen is coming off for Hafiz Noor.
It's pretty much a like for like.
And I think Anu Manthan is making way for Hamid Shaheen.
Anu is off, as you said. Hami replaces him, and Hafiz Noor in for Chris Van Huysen.
With that substitution Tampines have made, Shah Shahiran is slotting back at centre back.
Yeah, which is what he was filling in for Zlatkovic, and you're right. That's when
exactly
the downhill slide started. Well, this is most likely Tampines Rovers' last game of 2023. Here's Ulkainen. Faris. Oh, excuse me, actually you're right, there is a third, fourth match, but I mean, it's got to be really hard to raise yourself for that, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when you lose a semi-final, sometimes it's more heartbreaking than losing a final.
Yeah, you haven't even tasted getting into that the last couple of teams, but yes, there is still that the matter of third, fourth place match on Sunday, so they're going to raise themselves again. Of course, they will say there's 20 minutes left, their fans. If they can get one here, who knows? There's Saifirdaus. Here's Saifullah. Easy take for Iswan. He's had absolutely nothing to do in the second half.
Except for collecting one cross.
That's it.
Yep.
They are stretched here. Maxime Lestienne, he's got 5 against 3 now. Oh, he's gone for himself. Shawal trying to dink it over. They're a bit casual at the moment, I guess.
Yeah. I think Zivkovic wants his hat-trick.
That's a good point.
Yeah. He might go on his own now.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like he was. It really did look like he was. Reza Reski. Here's Nakamura. Well, assuming it stays this way, how would you sort of look back or characterize Tampines Rovers season 2023?
I think they started with a lot of promise.
Here we look back at that chance. Yeah, they were leading for a while, weren't they?
Yeah, they had a lot of promise with the signings, very young, very bright, vibrant, and they made a good start as well. And eventually, I think with Zlatkovic out, they just fizzled off and they couldn't recover at all after that. And they went into the cup with not in good form, and then that's an odd thing, because usually at the end of the season they're going to start to pick up, because that's how historically Gavin's team have been over the last few seasons. They start to pick up towards the end, they get into the cup finals and try to win them, but it's not the same this season at all.
Yeah, they lost in that cup final, didn't they, last year?
Yeah.
Against Hougang. There's an ask, a request to have VAR check the handball here.
Ooh.
Was that being was he leaning into that, Zivkovic? Actually, he was leaning away, wasn't he? But
I think he
was it high enough?
Yeah.
High enough? Isn't it part of the
check?
sleeve? I think they've had a look. No handball. Irfan, still going. Irfan! That is probably the closest they have come to a goal in about the last hour, maybe even 75 minutes.
Irfan using his frame really well here onto his left foot.
Here's Lestienne. Now Lopez. Lestienne on this left-hand side. He's overhit there. That's a poor cross from him. How often do we say that? And Lopez can't believe it.
Well, by his standards, I think
Yes.
today he's been really frustrating. He has made certain decisions that has frustrated his own teammates as well.
Yeah. Still gets an assist on a bad day.
Not such a bad day.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more pressure coming from Tampines Rovers, and probably because LCS have just taken the foot off the pedal a bit, right?
Yeah. I think right now the transition for Tampines is important, because the moment LCS lose the ball up front, which they have been really wasteful, right? And they take 4 players out of the game, and that's where Haris and Hami's position is important for them to stay stay compact as a unit.
Well, you talked about Firdaus Kasman earlier coming on and perhaps pushing Kyoga Nakamura up. Well, he's on the pitch, but I'm not sure that he's... Well, we'll see.
I think he's someone who has a lot of experience, but this season he hasn't clocked in a lot of minutes. Not gonna provide any spark, I think, over the next 15 minutes. Ooh, Shao Lanwan trying his luck from range. The ball was always rising. The moment the ball left his right boot. You can see from the replay.
Someone saying stay up. As things stand, it is Lion City Sailors versus Hougang United.
Too easy. Like Haris Harun is still a physical force.
Foul there on Lopez. Side for Dow's.
Yeah, it's half a second late.
Oh, he's offside, but the control on that was ridiculous.
Oh, he
No, he's
knew,
having,
I think,
yeah, he knows it. Come on, he's enjoying himself. That was a great piece of skill there from Maxime Lestienne. Here's Koga Nakamura. He's getting frustrated. He's got to be careful.
I think he definitely touched him last.
Not sure what he's upset about. I think it must be just overall. Well, Lestienne is now going to make way.
Well, it makes perfect sense now at the 80th minute mark.
I'm surprised he wasn't pulled off earlier. Same with Diego Lopez.
Well, it's safer at 80th minute.
Yeah.
In case, you know, Tampines stage a comeback, you still have your best players out on the field.
He's had a bit of a stroll in the park today anyway, hasn't he? Really? Here he is. Look at that again. Just too easy. He's just glided past players, hasn't he?
He doesn't have like bags of tricks. You know, he does the simple things, but he does it at the right time with the right intensity. Okay, he's just making turns and pushes the ball out of the way and get on with it. Swandi.
Zivkovic will not get his hat-trick. He's got his 2 goals though.
Well, I think it's more needed on Saturday to keep that 1 goal that he wants on Saturday.
Right. Haikal Pasha comes on for him. Not again someone who gets too much game time. And Adam Swandi, who had his first start, as I said, in a long time, since the end of the season in the last game, will only get a substitute appearance here. But despite that, was starting for Singapore as well.
Yep. I think his first contribution is to draw a foul from Irfan Najib.
There's Lopez. Now Adam Swanley. Let that trickle out for a corner. Taking it short. Yes, Lopez. Back to Hami.
Ooh, Diego Lopez.
That could have gone anywhere. Does it kind of have a training ground feel to it now?
Yeah, exactly. I think when the play is always in front of the LCS players, they are comfortable and they're not threatening them in the attacking third at all. Tampines.
Here's Nakamura. That looked like a foul by Adam Swanley.
Nakamura just trying to get it started again as quickly as possible.
More changes to be made. Tampines Rovers. I think they know the game is up here. So kind of slightly heavy touch. Oh, he's won the ball back a little bit off for Faris, who's just jogging. He might not be 100%. Still Zukainen. Why not? Oh dear. Needs a better shot than that.
He ran like 40 meters towards the goal, and the end product definitely had to be better than that. He has used up all his energy running that 40 meters.
As Faris looking for Kapitovic. Harris. Here's Lopez. Yeah, it's a very relaxed feel now about Lion City Sailors.
He's trying to pass the ball around, gaining momentum. He's running the clock down as well.
Nakamura, he's still going. Lopez.
Lopez shielding the ball from two Tampines players.
Well, there was going to be a change at Adam Rifty coming on for Glenn Quay. I think that's happened just yet. Yeah, here we go. It is now. Faris Ramli is off, and I think that's pretty clear where this is headed. Kalen Chong is on now, 17-year-old for Faris.
Definitely looking at how the game has gone for the 85th minute. or the 85 minutes. Over here again with Haikal Pasha.
Can he finish? Into the side netting. Great ball in, wasn't it, from Lopez?
Haikal Pasha too eager to try to play that shot.
Rizareski is fouled. We have a second goal, and it's Maksimovic again in the 83rd minute, and that now means it's also a 3-goal lead that Hougang enjoy over DPMM, who were so good in the group stages and have come unstuck in the knockout round. So, barring any miracle, really, it will be Lion City Sailors and Hougang in the final. What do you think?
Oh, it's going to be an interesting final again, especially Hougang looking good for the Singapore Cup. Let's try to win it again. I think nobody has won that cup back to back. Stat that we need to check.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, what would be amazing is that's a great ball in, Shawal, and that's important challenge from Shah.
Nice flick from Diego Lopez and Shah Shairan, just pull back.
So there hasn't been a back-to-back winner since 2018.
Okay, that's not too far off.
Yeah, and that was off the back of Albrecht's winning 3 cups in a row.
Well, it looks like Shah Shairan has been given the second yellow card.
Just to cap off a very bad evening, really. Let's face it, for Tampines Rovers.
Really unnecessary here. It's just a slight tuck.
I mean, it didn't seem that much in it.
That much, yeah.
But again, we talked about earlier, why do you need to give the referee the opportunity to make a decision?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he hasn't been a good night for Tampines Rovers, but I think the team still needs him for the 3rd and 4th placing.
Well, it's happened in added time pretty much, and I think the referee's not, in all likelihood, going to give too much more added time to this. Straight at Shazwan. Final few minutes. It's only 3 minutes. I think there's a bit of mercy going on, shall we say?
I'm sure both teams, both teams wants to wrap it up as soon as possible, and you know, get back to recovery tomorrow and prepare for the games on Sunday. Oh, sorry, Saturday.
Saturday. That's right. That's when the final is. That's a Decent ball. Oh, just needed that extra touch, perhaps. Shawal. He's hoping to push for a place in the final, I'm sure. A starting place. That's going to be interesting to see who will start for either side. Remember that Hougang have lost some players, haven't they?
Yeah.
In recent times. Christian Krajcek's not around. Zulfami Arfin's moved off.
Yeah, to Indonesia League.
So they're not going to be at full strength. Krajcek's a big miss as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I think for Hougang, I think Christian Krajcek is the main guy for him. I think from last year's final, I mean, you can recall, it was his contributions, individual contributions, that won the game for Hougang United.
Well, Hougang with an opportunity to win a second piece of major silverware in consecutive years. LCS looking for their first ever Singapore Cup. Referee has seen enough, and it's been a very good display from Lion City Sailors. Rankovic not showing too much emotion here. He knows the big job is on Saturday night in the final.
Yeah, nothing fancy today. I think they were being really professional about it. They knew they just had to be disciplined. Tactically, they got it right. In transition, they were really good as well. They could have scored so much more going forward, but I think 3-0 is enough. Definitely enough for them to get into the final.
Yep, they certainly had enough opportunities to probably double that. Bailey Wright just going over to console and commiserate. Gavin Lee, he'll know his side, was very well beaten tonight.
Yeah, I think that from the get-go, he knew that the team was a little off. Looked really sluggish, couldn't get any momentum going. It was difficult from the start, tactically as well. Couldn't get through the defense or even the midfield block of the Lion City Sailors. And I think all those frustrations bore down to a lot of them being tired after the last game in the first leg.
So Lion City Sailors win 3-0 on the light, 6-3 on aggregate against Tampines Rovers. They are through to the Singapore Cup 2023 final. And we look back at the story of this match, and it will be one of the number of chances that Lion City Sailors created. Not just any old chances, but very, very good ones. And well, as I said, they could have doubled this scoreline. We go back to that opening goal inside the second minute.
I think that set the tone of the game. You look how much space there on the left-hand side with Glenn always trying to bombard forward, and Zivkovic getting at the end of the pass from Diego Lopez, squeezing the ball under Shazwan Buhari to draw first blood.
Yeah, it was just easy to break through those lines time and time again, and it all started with that move, and then we moved up to the 15th minute. Zivkovic again, and you feel that perhaps, well, let's say it was right at Shazwan Buhari for a start.
Well, yeah, I think, but you look at the quality of that pass from Anum. I think the more I see it, the more exquisite it is. You know, just trying to play the ball at the run of Zivkovic. And here, the third chance, again, still coming in for Lion City Sailors. That timing, that pass, that one-touch play should have scored this goal, and a fantastic team combination play for Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, that was in keeping with the rest of this half. How many chances? This was an excellent move, though, wasn't it?
Excellent. Just pass and move. Nothing much or intricate in that move as well. The second half started the same way. The first half ended with Lion City Sailors having majority of those chances. Here, Shazwan Buhari single-handedly kept Tampines in the game. Yeah, really good save. Yeah.
But again, you talked about the wall pass and the understanding. Here's Shawal Anwar. He was introduced, and he did set up that goal then for Zivkovic. Fine finish.
Fine, quality finish from Zivkovic. Again, you have to understand that Irfan Najib, I'm sure he knows that Zivkovic would go back to his right foot most of the time. Should be closing them, or rather closing it down a little bit quicker, especially when he moved back to his right foot here. Take nothing away from the goal, a lot of quality in it. 2-0, really comfortable for Lion City Sailors here. Again, it's too easy making that pass to Diego Lopez, the assist.
Great finish here from Lopez. Rifles that one in.
I think he was looking for it, and he has been looking it for the whole game, trying to get into those situations where he could score those goals. And I think all the frustrations went into that shot.
Yeah, absolutely smashed that one in.
I think this is the closest that Tampines has gotten into
this was
in
about
the game.
the only attempt they had. Irfan in the end hitting that over. But by then, Tampines Rovers are kind of almost, sorry, LCS are kind of relaxed a bit, haven't they?
Yeah, I think the moment you got to 3-0, Lion City Sailors was cruising, actually, and finding their time to go forward. Here, the last action from Shahiran.
To be sent off in the 90th minute and still knowing there's a game to go for the end of the season, you're a key player. Was this a bit soft for you or not?
I think it's a little bit soft. It's too soft for a yellow card. I mean, we can't really see it from the other side. It doesn't look like we can, but it's too soft for a yellow card.
I mean, look at that. I mean, absolutely domination. Look at how one-sided the shots, especially.
I think the last time I saw this was Balestier against Tanjung Pagar, where it's almost the same, like 25 shots, 8 on target, 3 of it were converted to goals, 7 corners, and a lot of opportunities came from that corner kicks as well. I think that's the story of the game, total domination in terms of. I think the only thing that Tampines was good at was keeping the ball in their half, like passing the ball at the back between those 3 defenders. But I think the rest was all Lion City Sailors, deserving winners of the game and also deserving finalists.
Well, there was another match, remember, the other semi-final, and just before half-time, Maksimovic here claiming this one off a free kick. It took a big deflection off Hendra Azam.
That he was goal bound. You got to give it to him.
Yeah, by the letter of the law, and into the second half again towards the end of it.
Oh,
Maksimovic,
wow.
He's just ghosted in a completely free goal.
Wow, that's nobody was marking him. He was free just for that touch in the 6-yard box.
He'd be one of the danger men, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
in that final. That's someone to keep an eye out for. So, to sum things up here, both teams today that are through to the final winning by 3-goal margins on the night. Oh, sorry, overall on aggregate. Very comfortable in the end for Hougang United and Lion City Sailors. The third place playoff will be between Brunei DPMM and Tampines Rovers. That one kicks off at 5 p.m. on the 9th of December. And then the final will be at 8 p.m. There we go. These are the timings for you. Our coverage begins at 7:30, by the way. We'll have the full works for you as Hougang United take on Lion City Sailors. And before that, Brunei DPMM up against Tampines Rovers. So that brings us to the end of the proceedings here at Bishan Stadium. It's once again proved to be quite the fortress for Lion City Sailors. They've beaten Tampines Rovers 3-0. It's 6-3 on the overall and aggregate. They go through to the Singapore Cup final on Saturday. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you in a few days' time.